IMPOSSEQUEL. Actually, episode 5 this time. I said it was 5 last time. Was actually 4.
That's awesome. You know what? Because we're doing Empire Strikes Back, which is episode 5.
Mm-hmm.
And Airbud Spikes Back, which is the 5th Airbud.
No way.
Yeah.
No, it's not, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Ah.
That was unplanned. That's
Yeah, the Mission Impossible, the sequel review podcast. We review everything 2. I thought of that earlier today. I thought it sounded pretty good.
Oh, I see. Yeah, 2 as in TWO.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's the sequels.
The sequel.
And whatever other sequels. I mean, we're not particular.
Could be a 3 or a 5.
Well, we had that debate with your brother, and he was saying, well, that's the trilogy. But, I mean, a sequel is everything after.
Yep.
After the OG.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let's make sure it's not pooping. Okay. We watched double feature this episode.
Yep.
We watched Empire Strikes Back.
My favorite sequel of all time. I got to
Awesome.
pick my favorite sequel and watch it.
Did think about mine.
Nice.
We'll talk about it later. So we treated ourselves to a decent movie this time because we're doing the Lord's work here and watching terrible sequels, but it's a double feature. We got Empire Strikes Back and Airbud Spikes Back.
Oh yeah.
And it's totally awesome. So we can start.
Pretty much, they have the same plot.
Basically the same friggin' thing.
Pretty much the same thing. So, you know, we could pretty much just talk about Airbud and just
And it'll be Empire Strikes Back.
Fill in the
There's
blanks.
Lightsabers, there's whatever. Before we get into everything, we do have a sponsor. It's Uncle Terry's Human Taxidermy. If you just have any loved ones that have recently passed away, you're not really ready, you want to keep them around, before you put them away. It's Uncle Terry's Human Taxidermy. They'll keep grandma around, or whoever else for a little longer. Just keep them in your house, and just any loved ones or anything like that. Human taxidermy.
He does not do animals. He
won't do animals.
No, he will
I
not.
brought my cat to him, and he's just like, "What the hell's wrong with you?"
He's a conscientious objector for that.
Yeah,
he says no. He's against it.
He threw me out of his office. Yeah,
He said, "You bring me a dead human."
All right, so we can get into the movies. We'll start. Or do you just want to start with Empire?
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what we watched first.
I had a tough time picking my favorite. It wasn't like hands down Empire. I fucking loved all the Lord of the Rings so much. Like it was hard not to pick that. I liked. I guess Godfather 2, whatever. But like,
true.
Terminator 2. I grew up on that movie. Like that was growing up. That and like Jurassic Park were like 2 of my favorite movies to watch them over and over again.
Jurassic Park.
X-Men 2.
Oh hell yeah!
Fucking awesome, dude. X-Men 2 is the best X-Men. And the fact that it's the sequel is the best X-Men in my mind. It has so many awesome scenes with the Nightcrawler scene, so many fucking cool scenes in that movie. So it wasn't an easy task to pick, like, my favorite sequel. But when it came down to it, like, just Empire Strikes Back is such a perfect movie. And I think why it's so perfect is because you don't need to introduce any of the characters because you already have the first movie. So you don't need any kind of character development. You don't need to tie anything up because it's not the last movie.
It's all action.
Yeah, it's just all fucking shit happening. And it happens awesome, and you watch it, and it's a self-contained little movie too, and fucking it's
full 2 hours too, and it's all pretty awesome.
Flies right by.
So what I was thinking for mine, I was gonna do either Two Towers or the sequel to the Bourne series. Like
that's the
Jason
Ultimatum.
Bourne. Ultimatum, right?
Right, and I think the last one's Supremacy.
Because
or
I
is
was
it the
super about those.
Oh, it makes Bourne Supremacy. Second, I don't know actually.
It's one of those cool names. Bourne.
Yeah.
They got some badass name on it. But the second one of that, or the third one, whatever. They're all awesome. I remember my my stepdad showed me the first one, and then I just immediately watched all 3 of them, or was there 4? I don't even know. I think there's just 3.
That's Damon being a badass. You don't see that.
Damon.
You see like Goodwill Hunting, and you don't see Damon be a badass. And when he did that, it's like, oh, Damon is a fucking badass.
It's like that guy from The Office. He's doing that Jack Reacher series.
Okay.
Have you
Well, Jack Reacher, it was Tom Cruise, right?
Or what is he doing?
What am I thinking of?
But you know what I'm talking about.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
A guy from The Office.
He is doing I think he is doing Jack Reacher, but like in
a series. It's like a series.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
It's similar. It's like because he was I don't think he's done anything like that ever.
No.
Craziness. But yeah, we'll stay tuned for that. We'll probably just cover the 2 towers and that at some point. I mean, we're gonna keep doing episodes, so fucking A.
Yeah. I mean, we're not necessarily always going to double features, but maybe do double. If you're tied for 2 best movies, we could watch both.
This one we couldn't help it because we realized in the middle of drinking seltzers and watching Strikes Back that we also had Airbud Spikes Back. Well, you noticed it. It didn't even click for me, but it's Empire Spikes Back.
Yep.
Same movie.
It's going to make
freaking exact movie.
Writing a movie toss-up, combo movie sequel like the easiest thing ever, because I already have the title.
Hells yeah.
And the characters.
Spikes Back. I can't wait. What's the opening scene of the movie? I'd just like to start with that. What's like of a Strikes Back?
Okay, Empire Strikes Back.
It's him in the frozen wasteland.
Yes.
On the creature.
Hoth. Oh yeah, they're on a tauntaun. Yeah.
And he gets swiped up by some Wookiee.
Yeah.
Some Wookiee demon.
Yeah, his Jedi senses were really slacking right there, and this thing was
Jedi senses.
all up in his business. Got way too close. I mean, even the tauntaun didn't sense this thing, so it must be pretty stealth.
For sure.
Yeah. It uses its magical ice powers to like freeze his feet into the cave.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. Did you think he just like jammed them up, or does he have ice powers that were just like ooh?
You know what he probably did is put his feet up next to like a stalactite and just like spit, just like a giant loogie, and it froze as soon as it hit his feet.
Frozen loogies.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Or he has magic ice powers. I mean, Star Wars, so it could happen.
Yeah, his powers were weak AF until he trained with Yoders.
Yeah, but he did pick up his lightsaber, and I think that was his first time using the Force like that.
Yeah, it was just like...
Yeah, when he was frozen up there, he did force the lightsaber back into his hand from like 5 feet away.
Yeah, badassery. Interesting relationship is between Leia and the... I'm blanking on his name.
Han Solo?
The guy who's always hitting on her.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in that movie, it's Han Solo and Lando. Lando's like, hey, how you doing?
Yeah, he's like, you fucking love this shit.
Hey, princess, all right. Yeah.
You just try not to fucking kiss me all the time, you fucking... He's like so cocky about it.
Yeah, Lando's the best.
I thought those interactions were hilarious. I haven't seen this movie since I was like, fucking really young, so it's almost like new to me.
That's cool then.
Yeah, since I was like really, really young, so it was really, really basically new to me. It's funny watching things like, because I watched a lot of things. My dad was a big like sci-fi nerd, so I watched a lot of the staple like sci-fi movies, but I was like pre-teen or teen, and so before I could realize, I mean, obviously I watched it, there was fucking fights and stuff or whatever, and I thought it was awesome, but it's fun watching them again 10, 15 years later.
Yeah, because you're revisiting it, and also cinema's changed so much where you get to watch Star Wars Empire Strikes Back after seeing, like movies where the graphics are insane. Like,
right.
You've seen the new Star Wars, all 6 of them, so you can go back and watch that and see like, damn, the graphics are actually pretty good.
Yeah, so I was going to say, speaking of, they're pretty decent, I thought. I wonder, how did they do the ships in space? The giant, massive things. Do you think they just have models?
Yeah.
They had to have, right?
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
What it looked like. It looked like Legos almost.
Like the The models look so awesome. You ever see Spaceballs?
No.
The intro to Spaceballs, they show like the model of like this huge giant like Star Destroyer type like ship, and it just goes on for like a good like 5 minutes where you just keep seeing the ship going, and it's just so ridiculous. But it, it's all like they made that ship like to do that scene. They had to make like a legit like 20-foot like model just to do it. But it's real funny.
A scene that I really like in the movie, it's kind of like I feel like it's a staple scene or like an iconic scene, is when he cuts the stomach open.
Yeah, right. That's right in the beginning too. Yeah.
Right in the beginning as well, right? Cuts the stomach open of the creature, and he just like shoves Luke in there.
Yeah. And he must not get in, but he probably stuck a foot in or two. I mean, Han had to stay warm.
Yeah.
Like, did he like? I mean, maybe he just like roughed it because he's goddamn Han Solo.
No, so he had Luke in there, and Han's just like put his foot in there.
He had to put something in there
just
because
his head.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like I'm imagining like if there's ever a situation where someone had to really do that. Is that like some sort of folklore in the Arctic, like with Eskimos?
Yeah, they'd be slicing up polar bears, I guess.
Yeah, they don't have ice camels, although that would be sick.
I mean, I guess if there was a beached whale, they could...
Yeah, whales are in the Arctic, that's true. Big true.
I'm picturing like people freezing and people like chopping, like the movie Alive, whatever, where they're eating people, or like the Donner Party, or whatever
Donner
that is.
Party, it's crazy. Where you'd be stuck somewhere, you have to eat someone you were just fucking talking to. Oh my goodness.
They're getting so far off topic, but like, do you ever see? There's a Whitest Kids You Know sketch where
I fucking love the Whitest Kids You Know.
I know, dude. They're like jet skiing. I forget what happens, but they're all frozen and they have to eat somebody, but they start piecing people out and eating them, but they won't eat their dicks. So it's just a skeleton with like a full meaty dick.
See that one, maybe.
And they're like, I'm not gonna eat the dick, and they just like starve to death.
There's the one sketch they did where it's like a newscaster guy, and he just says "pretty good" to everything.
Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah,
it's
pretty good.
It's like, how's the protest going or whatever? He's like, well, I mean, it's pretty good. It was stupid as hell. Hilarious. What would you say one of your top scenes is? I won't say favorite. How does anyone pick favorite anything? Like, just pick your top.
Yeah, I mean, I like some of the Yoda scenes. I liked a lot, especially there's stuff I didn't like when Yoda's pretending to be like this bumbling, like, I'm just this weird swamp creature. I'll show you where Yoda is. Mm-hmm. But when he finally is like, I can't train this boy, I was like, oh, what a fucking mood swing right there.
Damn.
This movie has the first kiss between Leia and Luke. And Luke in front of Han, yeah.
Yeah, where she just like...
And Luke just like puts his arms back. He's like, yeah, that's right.
I'm basically the shit.
He just kissed my sister.
I like any scenes with R2 and C-3PO bring me joy because they're always hilarious. I love their dialogue.
Something about C-3PO. He just gets annoying quick. R2-D2 is the fucking man. You know what I mean? But C-3PO has like no like redeeming qualities. Everyone just tells him to shut up the whole time. He's like,
that's true.
Chances of success or blah blah blah, and it's like, shut the fuck up, dude.
He is a total bitch, but yeah. I also wondered what kind of like wiring, like he has exposed wiring in that Arctic like storm all the time.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that because they were out in the rain for a little bit.
Thermal wiring or something, I guess.
We're like, these robots have, like, how aren't they getting rusty? They must be like constantly like going through maintenance.
Well, where was that once? There was one scene where they were looking a little raggedy. What?
I think that was when they were getting downpoured on. Maybe I think it was R2 when he was like chilling outside Yoda's hut. He wasn't in the best like shape.
And I love freaking Yoda, of course. I'm just like a simp when it comes to the characters. I like the robots and the funny creatures.
C-3PO cockblocks Han and Leia too. That's also why he sucks. Yeah.
He was about to get down.
They do like a slight kiss. It's like about to turn into like some way more than Luke and Leia kiss. And C-3PO has no fucking sense of awareness. It's like obviously these people are like, 5 seconds from like Pound Town, and he's just like, "Oh, you're needed."
Here's some statistic that you don't need.
Yeah.
Yeah, total cock block. I was trying to think of a robot pun for cock block, but I couldn't think of it.
Oh, I thought of, you know how there's a Mandela effect for this movie where people think they say, "Luke, I am your father," but really they say, "No, I am your father." Like that's the actual line, "No, I am your father," but the Mandela effect is like, "Luke, I am your father."
Yes.
Or whatever.
Well, you see, when we were watching it, that's exactly what I thought, because I listened to the line. He said, "No, I am your father," but I had always thought he said Luke.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? So I literally just experienced that kind of.
I have 2 thoughts on it. First of all, it's Star Wars, so we should definitely call it the Mandalorian effect. Because that's a pun, and that's always good to do. Gotcha. And second of all, you know where I think it stems from is like Tommy Boy. When in Tommy Boy, there's the fan, and Chris Farley just gets his office for the first time, and he goes in the fan, and he goes, "Luke, I am your father."
That's true.
So I think people are kind of like remembering it through that,
Just other people, they're bigger influences. People just heard him say that, and then they're like, "Yeah, that's what he said."
Yeah, and that's much more current, So like, I saw I saw Tommy Boy as a kid, and while it came out, I'd seen Star Wars too, but it was an older movie that my parents liked, So I was definitely way less invested in it.
Yeah, what's the story behind the original Mandela? What's the Mandela effect? What do you call it?
Oh, the Mandela effect. That stemmed from Nelson Mandela. A lot of people believed he died in jail. He was like a civil rights activist in like South Africa, and he didn't die in jail. He was like released later on in life, but like everyone's like, no, I remember him dying in jail. They said it, So it was like the different groups of people remembering things differently, but the people who are wrong just swear that they're right, like it's like, no, there's a version of reality where that's right. Same thing with like the Berenstain Bears and the Berenstain Bears.
Yeah,
that's the one where my wife swears it's Berenstain Bears. But I was like, well, I grew up with the Berenstain, and I have all these books that say the same thing. It's just the last couple letters in Berenstain or Berenstain. You're reading it, and you just your brain just fills out the rest. You know what I mean? Like, you're not reading every letter all the time for words, especially when your brain's already like, no, it's Steen, it's Einstein, it's Steen, E-I-N, because Einstein, all these things that end in Steen, that's what it is. I think that's where that at least stems from.
Yeah, with that pronunciation, but actual like acts and events in time, I think it's interesting.
That's
but if enough
creepy.
people get together and say something. Like, a lot of people think the Earth is flat too, because they all got together.
Me included. I'm beginning to get persuaded,
to flat Earth.
Yeah, it could be.
I mean, I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
Like that's like the thing I don't have. I'm like, I don't fucking know. Like I haven't been in space. I've been on a plane, but I'm above the fucking clouds.
Yeah, but a plane is just a VR reality, like all they do is just, and the plane never moves. They just like put all these pictures past your window and shit, and they're like, hey, look at the round Earth down there.
And you're just in the air, and then they just load in Florida. They're like, load in Florida in your brain. Every time, if you take a nap on the plane, some guy comes in, sticks a USB in your brain, Florida.
Like Florida's not real. It's only here and now, like.
Makes sense. It's interesting with the Mandela effect, like, it does bring up, which is like my favorite thing ever, like the multiverse. Like, I fucking love the idea of multiverse and that there's another me and you in another reality, except I'm in that seat and you're in that seat.
That's the craziest reality of all.
That
fucking crazy, and we both just have mustaches.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Mustache world, or like that, like in Rick and Morty, where like Pizza Planet, where they order people.
Oh yeah, and they sit on.
Can I have a
phones.
large pizza with extra Chinese and Mexican? No, wait, black on half or something.
Yeah,
this is hilarious. They just ordered Another question I had about Yoda is if he's, but you guys answered when I was watching, but I'll bring it up here, is if Yoda was like a one of one species.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was always supposed to be, you know, and they never show any other Yoda species until the Mandalorian show. Did you see the Mandalorian, the Disney Plus TV show? Oh yeah, so it's pretty good, especially if you're into Star Wars at all. It's really good actually, and they have a baby Yoda. It's not Yoda as a baby, but it is like a baby version of whatever Yoda is, and it's super force sensitive. It's not just like how Leia is a little force sensitive, and this from a young age is able to use the force in like super powerful ways, and so whatever Yoda's species is, it's very in touch with the force. It's like part of their nature. So, but it's cool. Like I'm not like upset that they created this other, you know, Yoda species, whatever.
Shorty Greenie.
Yeah.
They're technical.
But whatever he is must be rare, because the entire empire is out, or whatever is left of the of the empire is out to kill this baby Yoda, and Yoda's the only one in all 9 of the movies, or whatever, however many he's in, 6 at least. So so he's definitely like rare, and this little baby Yoda dude is, you know, a unique thing. Like they're definitely going to all stops to get rid of him and save him and different.
Yeah, I haven't seen this one. It's not like just a younger Yoda, right? It's not the same character at all. And
I don't think so. I don't think it is, because it's I'm trying to think of the timeline when that takes place, because it takes place after episode 4. The Empire's crumbled, so it would be after 6, 7.
So it's after for sure. It's like,
yeah, so it'd be between 6 and 7. Yeah, it's like somewhere between there. Yeah, I guess almost every Star Wars movie in a way, except for Episode 1 is a prequel, you know, or
a sequel.
There's a sequel, yeah.
Okay.
Or a prequel, or, you know, because except for Episode 9, yeah.
Okay.
One thing I noticed about this movie, the only other thing I wrote down is mosquito, is Darth Vader's lightsaber is like maybe twice as thick as Luke Skywalker's.
Yeah, so if it's a direct correlation to other things about them, you know.
Oh no, I'm not even thinking. I mean, Darth Vader is black, but that's, you know, at least on the outside. But I'm not even saying that. Like, it's just it's almost unfair. I know you're saying that. It's unfair. He has a thicker lightsaber. I mean, I don't know, because it's a saber fight. Maybe the thinner one can parry quicker and whatever. But like, his is, if you look at it, it's maybe not necessarily longer, but it's definitely wider. And fucking, I thought that was like an unfair advantage.
Are the sabers force powered, or are they just like?
I guess there's like a whole story behind it where there's like these crystals and becoming a Jedi. A big part of it is to making your own lightsaber. I'm probably butchering this. I don't like know all of it like by heart, but like it's like you make your own. And I always just thought, and which I don't know if this is necessarily true either. It's just if your lightsaber's red, then you're evil, you know. And then if you're green, you're good. But the episodes 1 through 3, then you're seeing like blue ones, and you're seeing different ones, and they all mean different things. And I never read any of the comics or any of the side stories or anything like that. But they mean other things, I guess.
It's like a mood ring.
It's like a mood ring. Yeah. It is. It's like
Mood
fits your
saver.
personality. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely another thing I wondered is at the ending, you know, they save Luke through the tube or whatever he falls down, and they patch him up and whatever. I wonder, like, if he told them right away what Vader told him.
I
he's his
don't think he
father.
does. I think the first time he says anything to anyone is when he goes back to Yoda. I think. But yeah, I'm surprised he didn't. Like, it's kind of like a brain fuck, and he's just kind of like, wow, you know, like, and then he doesn't tell any of his best buds and just
Yeah, that's
takes
a
off.
weird thing to drop, especially while you're recovering from something. Just to put some realism to it. I probably wouldn't if I was in, not right away anyway.
Yeah.
He's all fucked up. He got fucked up.
Yeah.
His hand's gone and shit. He
Yeah.
got, well, not gone. He reattached it. He had like a,
The circuit board or some weird thing.
yeah, that's sick. I want to be robotic, bro. Would
Yeah.
you, if you were gonna be, okay, here's a if you would, or would you?
All right.
If you were going to lose a limb, and you have to lose it violently,
Okay.
but you would get it back robotically, and it's not like superhuman strong, but you could probably like flip this car over with like your arm, or you can kick like,
Okay.
you know, kick crazy strong.
Would it
or,
look normal, or does it not have to? So I'm thinking like either Jax's arm from Mortal Kombat 2,
Yes.
or the Will Smith's arm from iRobot. How he
Okay.
had his surgically repaired, and he like punches out the door with it or whatever. Or I'm thinking that you could just have like a straight up like Samus's arm and just shoot like fucking laser blasters from it or whatever.
I'm gonna say it looks like a human arm.
Looks like a human arm.
Okay.
But it's just stronger.
or whatever body part or whatever, like you could have like metal titties.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know how practical they would be. I guess your chest would be strong.
If I'm
then your arms
super, have all the same range of motion, and I would want it to be like my right, which is my dominant arm, probably all the way up to the shoulder, just so I do get the force behind it too, not just like this part is super quick.
Okay.
You know?
How do you want to lose your arm?
Like maybe just a fucking bear just takes it off.
Bear. Okay. Gentle
You know-
bend comes through. Just
Yeah. I mean,
Not so gentle.
we do have like a running theme of bear attacks.
Yeah, it's our theme lately.
Yeah, so
Violent.
I mean, a bear could probably just yank it off.
Yeah, it could, dude.
They could.
They're so crazy strong. So
How about you?
hold on. What if?
Okay.
What if it was really strong? You have all the same story, but it's a baby arm.
But it's a baby arm. That's
It's
super
like-
strong, so it's just really short.
It's
And-
all the same things we just said.
Yeah.
But baby arm.
Yeah, they're definitely not.
Done. You just walk around like.
I don't care how strong it is. If I can't like reach and pick up stuff, it's like I couldn't even wipe with that arm.
But
you know?
it had like an extendo, like
So it's Captain It's
partially. It's got other
Inspector
like
Gadget's
features
arm.
and whatever. It's got like a pocket pussy.
it's got. I couldn't reach. No, still no. That'd be even weirder if my hand turned into a pocket pussy. I'm just thinking of cleanup.
All right.
Unless my hand like detached and I can just put it in the dishwasher.
Install bidet.
I've never wanted that.
You never wanted a bidet?
I've never wanted
Dude,
water to shoot up into my asshole.
I want a
No.
bidet so bad. I've never tried one. I want to try a bidet. I want water.
I guess I shouldn't knock it till I try it.
It's just like, so, okay, so the great words of Will Smith. He said, if you got poop on your arm, like you got poop on your arm, like right there,
Sure.
would you just wipe it with dry paper? Or would you clean it with some water first?
Yeah, if I would wet the paper first. Yeah.
You'd wet the paper at least first?
So
I just think it should be blasted or something, man. I think I use wet wipes too. Like
when did Will
asshole's
Smith
pretty-
say that?
He said it. He was vouching for bidets.
Oh, okay.
And that was his thing with
that's
it.
what he said?
He was vouching for bidets. That's how he did it. I was like,
Oh,
yeah, I'd use something wet first. I mean, I use wet wipes. My asshole's pretty clean, I would say.
But the poop's not dry though. It's not like, I mean, it's not like you're pooping and then you're like a couple days later you're getting around to wiping. Then I would definitely want a bidet to like wetten up the area, but like you're pooping and it's fresh and it's still wet down there, so
Yeah, I just want to try it. I'll try it. But
no, I'm with. I was too close to knock it, and I don't want to be that way. I haven't tried it, so I don't know that I wouldn't like it. And, like right going into it, like I'm not thinking that I would want to do it. Like it's like I haven't tried a lot of things. That I just going into, I'd be like pretty sure that I wouldn't be into it.
I feels it. So I definitely want to lose like a leg. I'd probably want to lose it by explosion, like some sort of grenade or something, or landmine. Yes, landmine. Probably my either leg, but if I could get both, that'd be sick. But we're doing just one limb.
So what do you do with just one strong leg?
I jump off. You jump off of one foot.
You'd have to land on the same foot.
Yeah, I'd have to land because my other leg couldn't sustain. Like if I could jump up to that like light post, there's like a light post over there that's like 30 feet high. That'd be super sick.
You could be a field goal kicker if you just had one strong leg.
Oh hell yeah!
You could be punting like 80 yard, or kicking 80 yards and shit like that.
That's all they would.
You'd be a legend. You'd be a Hall of Famer.
They'd never play the field. They just punt from here.
Yeah, easy 3 points. Easy 3 points. So, fuck, I didn't think of that. But if I had one super strong arm, granted it's not baby length, I could be a quarterback.
Yeah, but then you have to have me on the other field being... Well, how would running work? Because if I had one fucking strong leg, it'd be like my other leg would be trying to keep up.
You would have to
rip my leg off.
Your other leg would get strong, real strong, quick.
Yes.
But you wouldn't be able to fully use their full potential in your strong leg.
I would just do like I'd end up doing like a Dragon Ball Z dash where they just like
off
one foot.
I'd
just go down, like kill a few of their defensive line on the
and then with the same foot bounce, like jump back.
Yeah, and then I just like I catch it and go through the field goal. That doesn't even make sense, but yeah, get map points. But baby leg, yeah, that wouldn't work for legs at all.
It wouldn't work for walking.
Yeah,
you couldn't walk.
Baby legs.
No, I'm just saying, even one leg.
Yeah,
that would even be worse. If both my legs are baby, all right, that sucks. But at least I can walk. Kinda.
Baby leg.
But like, if just one baby, if I just had one leg that was baby, then that's
you
it.
need crutches. It doesn't even matter. You're just crippled.
Yeah, you're just crippled then. Yeah. You just crawl around.
So, I mean, Empire Strikes Back is obviously just like a 10 out of 10 awesome movie. I'm not gonna knock it in any way. It's just classic.
Awesome. I thought
amazing.
I thought maybe I was like, you know what, this might be one of the movies where we disagree like far, because I was gonna say 10 out of 10. There's no change in my mind, but yeah, because if we're gonna do 10 out of 10 turd sandwiches, we have to have some bar for 10 out of 10 ice cream sandwiches.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we have to have that, like so this way at least we know what the top looks like. So if a movie doesn't fucking reach this level, then we know why. It's like it's good, but it's not quite as good as Empire, so now it's a 9.5 or whatever it is.
That's a good bar to set, because I like the Bourne movies, but I probably wouldn't give them 10 out of 10.
I don't know. I want to watch them again. So
yeah, I gotta watch them again. But I don't.
I remember liking them too. For what like.
Yeah, some of the scores were like weird bar setting, like the ones we did before, but whatever. Let's see.
So we got two things later planned too. One is first we'll talk a bit about Airbud.
Yes, of course.
For sure.
Of course, I'm not gonna leave it out.
I'll discuss later the movie, and then we're gonna draft people from Airbud and Empire Strikes Back and make our own volleyball team.
Right, because that's the theme of.
Yeah, we're doing our own fantasy draft.
Yeah, let's get in Airbud. Yep. Wait, what's the other thing? You said two things.
Today at work, I made this thing on Paint. Like, I have the Paint thing on my phone, and I made like a title card for the Star Wars draft.
Oh, sick.
So here.
Sorry. What is it? You asshole. Why did you get the same angle as the one? Don't even start that kind of war with me, dog.
No. I had to level out the world.
It was imbalanced for you for a while?
was. I was like, this is fucked up. This is.
It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. You ever see the episode of Friends where, like, I think Joey sees Rachel naked, and then Rachel tries to see Joey naked, but then she sees Chandler naked, and Chandler sees, like, Monica, and it's this whole imbalance. But now the world.
Yeah, there's a calm breeze now.
Do you want to discuss what happened? Because I was trying to do it on camera so everyone can see the reactions, or we don't have to.
Okay, yeah, so last episode when the camera went out and it like deleted 20 minutes of us like flowing perfectly in the episode, I thought.
Yeah, that was really good.
It pissed me the fuck off. And then I was going through just to check it to see if it saved it, because the camera just fucking shut off. And there were just some interesting pictures of myself that were of me not clothed. Quarantine got a bit boring. I was talking to a lot of girls online, and there were pictures of my penis on my camera. And there, I was going through like this, like, and then fucking Mike was leaning over, and I scanned by one of my a couple of my.
I only saw one, but that's when I went like, oh, what the fuck is going on? You're like, oh, sorry.
And I don't give a fuck, like, but what Mike just did, he's told me he drew something in paint, and he just got me back. But yeah, I think you're right. If your friend sees a picture of your paint, I think there's something, it gotta be level. But I'm glad you did that. Appreciate it. Definitely,
the world feels balanced now.
Right.
It's like a yin and a yang.
I think like the sun just went down a little bit over here too, and it's just like, it's nice. Appreciate it.
But for real, we'll talk about Airbud.
Yeah, Airbud Spike's back.
Oh, that's my draft. Okay. We brought it with us.
Yes, we did.
And we brought the coupon that came with it.
Hells yeah. Oh yeah, there's a
expires in 2003.
You save $2 instantly on, what are the names?
7th Inning Fetch. He has a bat in his like mouth, like he's gonna hit. I can't see him hitting. Oh, and there's a raccoon in that one.
Raccoon.
And then Airbud World Pup. So
I love the puns.
Yeah, no, the puns are freaking great. And then yeah, the best one is Golden Receiver, and he plays football.
Yeah,
that's a good pun.
Well, and on this one it says he's got the golden touch.
Oh yeah, that's the tagline for this movie.
So the plot of this movie is, it's obviously got the dog that's like a sports miracle, and there's a girl whose lesbian lover moves to California. It's like they're in their teens.
They are just graduating middle school, so
yeah, they're just turning 13.
Yeah.
Or wait, middle school is like whatever. They're teens. And her lesbian lover moves to California, and she wants to go see her lover in California, so she's trying to save up money for the summer so she can go visit her there. She
starts dog sitting, and really it's like her younger brothers, when they show the montage of all the dogs and all the money she's raking in, her little brother's like 4 years old, and he's like washing them, feeding them. He's doing like pretty much all the work.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. He's like a slave.
The little kid in this movie does a bang up job. Like really, like he's entertaining through and through. Like he does like the "oh brothers" and like just does like these little cutesy scenes, but they all land.
Yeah, and he loves fucking ice cream. He's eating ice cream the whole movie.
He doesn't eat anything else. Like, his grandma comes in and makes like Brussels sprout sandwiches and cauliflower cupcakes, and he doesn't eat them. For weeks, he only eats ice cream. So
she made, what was, wait, I have it here. Raisin and lettuce sandwich she makes. And like a shtick in the movie is like she just makes shitty food and they pretend to like it, the grandma.
Yeah, the grandma's the secretary from Ferris Bueller, like.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would totally hit it. My favorite people in that movie are those villainous guys who are super derpy.
Yeah, the robbers.
Yeah.
You can't take your eyes off those guys, you know? Granted, they're dumb beyond all comprehensive. Like, any scene that they're in, they're always at least falling over, stumbling, hitting each other, you know? Like, there's no scene where they're just like, hey, how's it going? This. It's always like, oh, throw fucking bag of chips all over the ground or whatever. You know, like, every single scene they're in, they're always like crazy overacting.
Like Three Stooges style.
Yeah.
Craziness.
But it is great. Like, it's captivating.
It kept me entertained every time they were on the screen. Like with their teeth out and shit. It was hilarious. Yeah, and they're basically just the villains of it, and they want to steal a diamond that's just like in some museum that's in the town, and they want to steal Airbud to get past the defenses of the diamond. It's behind lasers,
yeah,
and through vents and stuff, and they want to steal the dog to get past those.
You know what's, when they came up with their plan, I was like, that's the dumbest plan, because not only was their plan to steal Airbud, first they wanted to steal the grandmother's bird, and then use the bird as bait, then to steal Airbud. But every time, like, their plan was also to just chill in their van until, like, the bird pretty much walked right up to the van, and they're like, oh, crap, the bird's here. Then they took the bird. And the same thing with Airbud. They're like, oh, is that just Airbud unattended on the sidewalk? You know, like, so, like, their plan kind of just, like, it worked amazingly, you know? And Airbud, fucking shit you not, he went in through the vent, grabbed the diamond, bypassed all the lasers, like, crawled underneath them and jumped over ones, and it was, like, impressive.
Well, and the dog understands blackmail.
Oh, yeah.
That's how they got it. They were like, I was like, how are they going to get this dog to do all this shit? Like, they're not their trainers. And he's just like, we're going to fuck this bird up if you don't go get that diamond. And he's like, just
gulp?
went and did it. I kind of cut you off. What were you saying?
No, I think you finished, like, my thought pretty much. Just, yeah, they got the dog to do it, and their plan worked for the most part until the bird escapes from the cage, and then the dog just runs off with the diamond because he's not worried about the bird getting hurt anymore.
Yeah, they set off the alarm and stuff. The dog also checks the time in the intro.
Oh yeah.
He like the dog runs away, and he pans to him like looking, and he looks at the clock, and he's like, oh, it's Bork 30 or whatever.
He's like, yep, it's time the whatever her name gets out of school, so I gotta meet her there. So yeah, when he looks at the clock and like registers it, that's funny.
Yeah, it was interesting. Weird thief hairstyle. I don't know. Oh, his fucking
yeah, he had the sideburns and the slick back hair.
Awesome.
It was
I'll put a picture of that up. It was so good.
That guy's awesome. The other guys did a good job.
Just like
too.
the shittiest Elvis ever.
Yeah, kind of like Joe Dirt almost. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this girl, she was saving up money to go see her friend. It's actually just her friend, but you know, it was suspect.
Yeah, they're jumping in the lake together.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I didn't write down, but I just thought of the music to this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Was like pretty, like they had those songs with the words in them. Like it wasn't just all like musical songs. That like the song that played when her friend was leaving. He's like, sometimes your friends leave, and I don't know.
I didn't even catch it.
Oh, dude. Yeah, there's a couple of times where there's like dialogue in the song. The songs have words, and they're really
This
and
is
they just fit the
cheesy,
plot.
corny.
Yeah, it's
Friends leave to California, and you got a golden retriever, and also it's very specific.
there's this scene when the friend's leaving. They're doing like a slow pan of her leaving in the car.
Yeah.
The friend's crying. She's
Oh, yeah.
crying, and then later there's like a freeze frame of her leaving with the tears and stuff like that. She
Oh,
like
yeah.
remembers it later, like in a flashback.
It is so cheesy.
Yeah.
But awesome. Yeah, so she was saving money to go see her friend in California. She ends up like letting all the dogs out, and they break a bunch of expensive vases at the flea market.
The vase is. Oh, maybe they did break some vases. That one $500 vase
Yeah, landing on Airbud's head.
landed on Airbud's head. when that vase was flying in the air, and it looked heavy as fuck, like. And
Big vase.
Airbud's there, and he looks like he's about to volleyball it up. I'm like, that's gonna break his fucking nose. Like, that's gonna fuck him up. And instead, it just goes right on his head.
It just nails him, and he's just like dead. And
That would kill him.
That's the movie. like doom, 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 doom. It fades to the girl again. Her face comes in, and then cut scene.
She'd pay her $600 just for a dog funeral. You know, just.
Yeah, Airbud's dead. No more sequels.
So she loses all of her money she's saving up to see her friend. That the only other way she can go is if this local volleyball tournament, if they're the grand champions, they get flown out to Malibu, which is in California.
Yeah.
And
Malibu. Yeah, I guess.
and I guess like every place in California is pretty close to each other, because then she could see her friend then. So then she's like, all right, well, let me start practicing to play volleyball with my, like, I guess his like new neighbor. Is he supposed to be like cute or hot?
I guess
He's definitely like
skateboard.
He's got a skateboard. And he's got the
Sleeveless.
long hair, and he's awesome at volleyball. He's really good.
That
He
boy.
fucked up that one time for like a low hit, but he was spiking constantly.
Was
Dude,
the game when
Connor, I think his name. He was good.
when Airbud wasn't there, he was bombing. I was like,
Yeah,
man, Airbud's
that-
just the kind of the.
He's not used to playing man down. You know.
You want to do the lineups?
Yeah. So what we're gonna do now is a fantasy draft. That what we're talking about? The fantasy draft.
Yeah, the fantasy.
We're gonna do a
volleyball
fantasy draft where we use players from Airbud Spikes Back and characters from Star Wars Empire Strikes Back, and we make our own 6-man team. I'm gonna be on my team, and Chris is gonna be on his own team. So we're really just gonna draft 5 people apiece.
Okay.
And I made a list, and I have a draft list, so you can go first, like, because I feel like I've done my research.
Okay.
So
All right.
I can't show you my list, man. I got my. It's my draft list.
Oh,
you
you have everything written down. You have
Well, I
your
have
six,
I
your
have
6
my-
written down.
I wrote down 11, just in case if like you draft the same players I want. I have that extra guy just in
Jeez,
case.
hold on, let me find.
You don't have to write them down.
No, I want to.
Okay, all right.
Ready, bro.
First round, first pick, Chris. So we'll just go back and forth, back and forth. So sometimes they have snake drafts where it'd be like you, me, you know, like that, and then. But we'll just go you, me, you, because it's easier that way.
Okay.
So, who
right.
do you pick in your Empire Spikes Back draft?
I'm gonna go with Yoda first.
Fuck.
You gotta do it, son.
I'm just gonna remember in my head who you pick. I don't have a pen to cross stuff out. All right. Yoda was number 2 on my list, but I really wanted him.
Well, he's got to be the fucking best. The fucking Force.
I have. Yeah, you can use the Force in this, obviously. Like,
All right.
there's no rules against it. With my first pick, I get Airbud.
Okay.
That dog was awesome.
Yeah, I mean that.
I've never seen him fuck up in the whole movie.
No, he hit every single ball.
And he spiked it a couple times too. He had the little fake doggy arms go pop.
He was I was just debating between Yoda and Airbud.
Oh, so we're on the same page. Oh my god.
That was in my mind. So.
The next person I really want.
My next pick is Gentle Ben. No,
He wouldn't do anything.
yeah, he was just there.
He would just
He's
eat
eating
cake.
food.
Yeah.
My next pick is going to be I want Han Solo.
Okay. You got Han. He's on my list. He's on my list.
Okay.
I'm getting a guy that I really wanted. Almost picked him number 1, but Chewbacca.
Okay.
Freaking
Chewy. He's tall.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Park him right underneath the net and just be like, dude, have at it. Fucking Chewbacca's gonna be denying shit all over the place.
I think Han's gonna be good for like team morale.
Yep.
Overall, he might not be the best player, but you know, I think he'll psych everyone up. So,
Han's got like a beach mentality. You know, he's got
Yeah.
the open shirt. I could see him heading out to the beach with some beers and having a good go of it. You know what I mean?
for sure. Yeah, I just think he's gonna, you know, make the team just overall morale up. So you got Chewbacca Airbud, I got Yoda Solo. My third pick is going to be the curly-haired kid.
Oh fuck, he's Connor. Connor. He's good, man. Connor's good, dude.
That's his life, bro. He's got the curly hair. Yeah, I think he'll be a staple player.
See, you're drafting smart. Like if you're putting together a team that's going to last a while, like a long time, you're doing like team camaraderie,
I'm thinking
spirits.
synergy.
Yeah, you're even talking about like clubhouse and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like that's. See, I'm thinking. I'm just gonna have a force. You know what I mean? Like my team, they might not all be best friends, but my team, so they might not work together as well. But skill wise, that's what I'm trying to go for. So even though I have Airbud and Chewbacca who've never met, my next player is going to be Darth Vader, who's also tall.
I didn't even, for some reason, didn't.
And he's going to use the Force. He's just maybe not as strong as Yoda, but like pretty much just as strong as Yoda. So he's going to be moving that ball around all over the place with the Force. And I also think he could like probably against the rules, but he could do the choke from wherever thing. So even through like TV monitors, he just like can choke people out. Yeah.
I was thinking about the robots, but I don't know how good they would be in the sand. Like, how is he gonna roll in the sand? How is R2 gonna roll in the sand?
Yeah.
So my fourth pick is going to be Leia.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because you got Han there. Anyways,
How do you spell Leia?
like Leia.
It's Leia. It's like Hawaiian. Like, because see, it even looks like Hawaiian, like a Hawaiian name.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking beach, and just to have like a chick on the team.
Oh, okay.
And she's fit. I mean, I'm sure she can get down.
And she's slightly force sensitive. You know, she's able to communicate with
Right.
Luke and figure out where he is.
I'm going with Leia.
So she could be able to figure out where the ball's going to go and shit like that.
Yeah.
For sure. All right. So I don't know if this is kind of cheating. This person's in the movie Airbud, but Gabrielle Reese.
Fuck you.
I know,
I
dude.
didn't even think about that shit.
I know.
Gabrielle.
When they go down to California, because you can't say spoiler on this anymore. Every time I say it too, they don't say it. Spoiler. But spoiler. They do win, and they go to Malibu, California, and they meet Gabrielle Reese, and Gabrielle Reese and Airbud win a like championship like game because Airbud's sick, you know, like way better
It
than
was
Gabrielle
just
Reese.
2v2 tournament. It's nasty.
Yeah. I would say the downside to Airbud, and Airbud's now my number one pick, so I shouldn't say this. You don't see him serve at all in the movie.
Yeah, that's his downside, but I guess he makes up for it with just amazing returns and
Definitely.
stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. Fifth and final, because we're on the team too, right? We're on the teams. We're not the coaches.
So we'd be the sixth man.
Yeah.
We would definitely be the worst player on either team. I know on my team, I'd be the worst player.
Yeah, with my layup, Leia's way better than me. Fifth pick.
There's a big guy you're missing, but there's a couple guys that I kind of want to. So.
What about one of Airbud's doubles? No. Because there's 5 Airbuds, right? There's in the movie, there were like 5 dogs? Or was
there was a bunch of dogs played Airbud, yeah.
No, I can't do that. This is serious. I don't want anyone else from Airbud, I don't think. I think I need another Star Wars.
The rest of the guys on my list are Star Wars guys.
Yeah, I don't think
there's a big one.
A big one I'm missing?
Like a main one.
Shit, fuck. I mean, Luke?
Yeah. He's next on my list.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Luke. I can't think of anyone else really that I'd want.
Yeah. Now so the only two people I have on my list is Lando Calrissian and R2-D2.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Lando is like too cool to be like diving out in the freaking sand and really, you know what I mean?
Like, this sport's fucking stupid.
Yeah,
bro.
he's not a going to the beach guy. He's like a politic, like gambling guy. You know what I mean? He'd be good. I bet you his reflexes are on point. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna go R2-D2.
You could probably make some sort of adaptation for the sand.
Yeah, he does move around in the sand in the movies.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So what the fuck am I saying?
So he can move around. He's not going to be diving. You do find out in later movies that he can fly, and the whole time he could like kind of like fly the whole time.
He has like boosters.
Yeah, you do find that. So he could just bounce up and just have it bounce off him willy nilly, and he does have projectiles come out of him, like little key things, and like shit does come out of R2. So he could like
things going on.
Yeah, it could be coming right at him, and he could go like burp, and just like pop it up or something like that.
Yeah,
I can't see him serving. I can't see him really being. He's not going to be a huge asset to my team. Mm-hmm. I might be better than him. Nah, because he can fly. But so me and him are going to be the weak links on the team right there.
All right, let's do this. So for our coaches, how about any human ever or any character ever from any movie? Who's going to be your coach?
Oh yeah, okay. So any human or character, I could just pick just random. It doesn't matter.
We're gonna go the whole spectrum, whatever the fuck.
Oh man, I'm almost tempted to pick the Emperor and just have my team be evil. But then we'd have to. I got some non-evil people on it, like Gabrielle Reese and Airbud and R2. So
yeah.
And I would hate to corrupt them.
Gabrielle Reese and Airbud are good guys. I'm trying to think of.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to think of that right off the top of my head.
I'm gonna go with Matt Damon in the Bourne movies. So
okay.
That specific Matt Damon.
Yeah, Bourne. Jason Bourne.
Or what's his name? Who was the guy in The Irishman? The fucking old. Oh shit. Classic actor guy.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying.
Old guy.
De Niro.
Yep, De Niro. Yeah. I'd probably like De Niro too.
Just him, not
just
even like
Niro,
a character. Yeah, just him. Like he's like, yeah.
Apparently he's awesome.
I'm the actor. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure he kind of reminds me of some actors. Just are like incredibly like aloof. You know, just like Harrison Ford, like outside of like when you talk to him as an actor, he's just kind of like, yeah, whatever. You know, you can tell he doesn't like take his shit like super serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
De Niro kind of gives that vibe off to me.
He lives in he has a place in like upstate New York, and my boss's sister-in-law would work at his house. It's like some massive house that needs like a staff.
Yes.
And so she was like the head of like the staff there that like cleans and cooks and stuff, and she gets to talk to De Niro every once in a while while he's there, because he's got like several houses, I guess. But apparently he's like exclusively into African women.
Okay.
Like that's his thing, and like he's like 80 years old now, and this was like 5 years ago when I heard this story.
So he's not married.
I don't think so.
Okay, so
I think he's got like, you know, multiple.
It's like Jack Nicholson.
He's got a harem.
He's just like, I just fuck around. That's
but
all I want.
apparently, like one time she was walking by his bedroom, and she just heard like, he's like 80 years old and still fucking boning and shit. That's awesome.
Fucking De Niro, the man.
That's my
dude.
De Niro story.
That's a good De Niro story. I'm happy.
Wasn't even a part of. I just heard.
De Niro fucks.
Yeah, De Niro fucks. That's all I got.
I'm happy you told, because I while you were telling me that story, I thought of who I wanted to be my coach.
Sick.
And he's not a nice guy, whatever, but I'm gonna pick Napoleon. Just a great general. He's a great general. I feel like we're gonna be all crazy out there, and Napoleon's an avid volleyball fan, so he's gonna move us around. Like our strategery is going to be like impeccable, you know?
Well, that's what I was thinking, like, because I wasn't sure about the synergy of your lineup, but
I don't have synergy. You have your synergy's fucking off the chains, dude.
But I believe that Napoleon would pull everything, you know, because he's a dictator. He would just dictate.
Yeah.
But he would pull everything together. You know, you got Airbud, Chewbacca, Vader, Gabrielle Reese. That's a rainbow of characters, all very talented, and Napoleon would make them the best they could ever be.
He'd even find use for R2, you know, like he'd be like, listen, you're not good, just sit in the corner, like technically inbounds,
you know, or whatever the dictators do.
Yeah, that pretty much fits every dictator. I could picture Mussolini doing that, and fucking Hitler doing that.
So that's the draft. I got Yoda, Solo, Connor, Leia, Luke, coached by Robert De Niro, and maybe like an assistant coach of Matt Damon in Bourne Ultimatum.
All right, so Connor in the third, that's a great pick. Mm-hmm. That I'm jealous that Connor he's great. That little fucker's good at volleyball. Watch the movie and you'll see. And Luke in the fifth is the best pick of the draft.
Yeah. Okay. And you got Airbud, Chewbacca, Vader, Gabrielle Reese, and R2-D2. Airbud's obviously the greatest like return player ever. The only thing you got two people that I don't think can serve, but you got fucking Gabrielle Reese, so who gives a shit? She's our champion. Only person on our team that'll serve. Like we'll just have her be like, that's your spot. Yeah. And Darth Vader, I feel like it's just gonna kill like a couple of my people like in the middle of the game. Yeah. And just like, probably take out Connor's punk ass. Should we say they can't use lightsabers, right? You know what I mean? Lightsabers, I mean, what are you going to do with them? Slice the ball in half? Yeah, because just so there's no, like, temptation to kill, you know? Like... Yeah, I guess we'll do, like, a no-kill policy. You can't kill anyone on the court. You can't... Because I don't want to die either. Or injure. Yeah, or injure, because he could do the choke thing, and I feel like that's too much. You can't have players, you know, force choking. Yeah, that's just fucked. Yeah. Maybe, like, a force, like, push. He could force push the ball all over the place, you know, like. What about another player if you were just like he was about to return and you're just like, poof. Yeah, I don't know, man. Because what do you think? I mean, you know, Vader. If you give Vader the opportunity to do that, he'll do it. Yeah, there might be. We'd have to do like some sort of like force only on the ball. Maybe like one force push per serve. I don't know. I'm getting fucking technical. It's so hard to regulate. But, okay, all right. Like, how about just one per game? One per game? Because one force push could really fuck somebody up. Like, I don't want to get force pushed by Vader. Yeah, because us, we're just like normies. Yeah. On there. we're fucking with. Unless somehow we got the force, which would be tits. If that's the end result of this volleyball game, is we have the force. That'd be terrific. The championship. You go to Malibu and you get the force. Yeah, and you make your own lightsaber and see your best friend. Yeah. Yeah, so that was the draft pick. I think that'd be a really good matchup. Yeah. I like it. Yeah, I was really looking forward to that. I was researching. That was a really good fucking idea, dude. I was researching today. I was like discussing it with people. I definitely did a couple mock drafts, you know, just try to figure out. So let me see your thingy. We cleared one. See, I forgot. It's like everyone we picked, basically, besides Lando. Yeah. Lando's all right, but he'll probably like double cross me, and then later be like, "Nah, I got a raw deal on it," and you know, like that's typical Lando stuff, you know. Typical Lando. All right, I think it's good to wrap it up there. Yeah, I didn't really come up with a full-fledged movie, to tell you the truth, because it's Empire Strikes Back. Mm-hmm. You could pretty much like do all the mental work you need to do. Yeah. It's what we just discussed. It's fucking Vader playing volleyball at the beach. Yeah. One thing I was talking about with the coworker today, because I was discussing the movie with them, and he was saying what would be cool is if Vader turns a bunch of Jawas into these monster professional volleyball players, like kind of like Space Jam. Like he gets like the volleyball and he steals all like Gabrielle Reese's abilities, you know, because you could do that with the Force pretty much, you know, like. And then just Jumping into the Jawas.
If fucking Ben Kenobi can just appear wherever he wants, you can steal someone's essence. You know what I mean? Like, if the Force exists, then that's possible. So he could just be stealing the Force and the souls of all these epic, great volleyball players, when I can't name a single one except for Gabrielle Reese.
Yeah, that's the only one I know right now.
And Connor.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he'll give them to a bunch of Jawas, and the Jawas will grow up into these giant monster volleyball players, and that would be that'd be fun to watch.
Hell yeah. There's gonna be space. There's gonna be Force. There's gonna be golden retrievers.
Yes.
There's gonna be ice cream, and there's gonna be volleyball.
Oh yeah,
It's gonna be fucking sick.
Yeah. Hey, this turned into a pretty long episode.
I know. I think we got an hour.
Did you? Oh no, you did announce what movie you want to do next.
I think we're gonna do the Bourne. I do want to watch those like 4-hour Lord of the Rings.
Oh, I have them all. Yeah.
At some point, even if we just we don't even have to podcast it.
Just to do.
Just to do it. Yeah, I want to see them. I don't think I've seen those versions. But yeah, next we'll do Bourne, whatever the second one is, and we'll see you guys then.
Sweet.
Sweet.